I have beef with YouTube. They started blocking ad blockers. Unforgivable. Well, that's one place to start, I would say, in a long litany and list of things you could easily criticize YouTube for. Number one, the prime thing that they care about, this is factually true. Over time, when YouTube was first, acquired by Google for years and years and years, I heard people saying this thing where, oh, did you know that Google actually runs YouTube at a loss? No longer the case, my friend. YouTube is a money printer for Google, okay? It is one of the best acquirings of a company, probably in the history of tech media. For sure, tech media. Maybe even tech, who knows? But the biggest thing that you need to understand is that when these companies pretty much manage to capitalize on the maximum market share that they possibly can, right? I mean, at this point, across the world, who doesn't use YouTube? Maybe a large amount of Chinese people because there's the Great Firewall and they literally, don't have access to it without a VPN. Okay, so Google can't really access those people. So what do they start doing when they've pretty well, sunk their fucking hands as deep as they can, especially keep in mind with the pandemic that occurred. A lot more people were watching YouTube during the pandemic. And now we're starting to go back to work. Our lives are, I guess, hopefully continuing relatively offline, I guess. Basically, less people watching YouTube as a result of less, isolation or time alone, which is a good thing. You shouldn't be isolated and you shouldn't spend too much time alone. But that good thing that people are doing, well, doesn't exactly serve Google's interests very well at all because they have a incentive to shareholders to generate not just as much profits as humanly possible, okay, but to generate a steady increase in profitability or revenue, okay? In order, this is the prime thing you need to understand, right? It's not just like, oh, they need to capitalize as aggressively as they can. No, they actually want to, over time, kind of progressively grow their influence, revenue, all this shit, their relative power. And the reason for that is that in order to acquire the most optimal investors, and when we're talking optimal investors, we're talking big institutions and obviously big hedge funds, which, conglomerate the wealth or, the money of fucking sometimes literally hundreds of thousands of people, okay? So the people who control all this vast amount of capital, they want to funnel their money directly in where? Do you think that they want to put it into fucking dick coin? Cock McGoblin coin? No, okay? They want to funnel that shit into a business that they are confident will, number one, stay important and valuable and, have longevity. And number two, will slowly over time appreciate more than would be the case if they just fucking bought bonds, right? If it can appreciate more than bonds, which is like, the meme, it's like, oh, your fucking granddad invests in bonds. It's like a boring investment because, you're basically just cracking a deal with the fucking US Treasury or whatever you want to say. In order for like a small, return, but it's a guaranteed return because the U.S. government, they literally print their money. They cannot run out of money. The deficit is a myth. But anyway, what I'm fucking getting at is that YouTube, now, we are seeing a point where it has arrived at its zenith of quality, you could say. And maybe to some of you guys, in my opinion, for me, the zenith of YouTube's quality in terms of both creators and viewers was probably 2019, maybe 2018. It stopped in my brain. It stopped when they banned Monkey Jones in the end of 2018. Okay, so everything before 2018, we'll say that was like their peak for sure. But as again time goes on, companies, well, guess what? In order to do what their goal is, which is to make more and more revenue or money over time, in order to achieve those goals, they actually don't give a fuck about the consumer, okay? They will undermine the experience of the consumer steadily in an effort to squeeze more juice out of you. That's quite simple. You, as a result of these shareholder interests, will get worse experiences, worse products sometimes, okay? A lot of the times, in fact, with these big-ass companies, especially media companies that depend on, what do they depend on? Your fucking advertisement viewing. And so, this is seen with Netflix as well. I've now been hit, fucking in Canada, we've been hit with the whole, because obviously I come from a big household and we watch a lot of, whatever screens. And so every time I try to watch Netflix, it says, hey buddy, your fucking brother's watching Naruto and your other brother's watching fucking Dick Rider McGee. Oh. And so like basically what I'm saying is that they have started stripping their features, strip the features, and it is getting fucking worse, as would naturally happen as you, make the fucking experience more expensive or more exclusive, whatever you want to say. Boo, we're high quality viewers. I like YouTube because you are on it. Yeah, it is, good for that reason. We'll see if I can stay on it. I really hope to, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know if that'll be the case. Now, to continue on my tangent, now Netflix basically has made it completely like you cannot share your password with other people, even if they live in different houses, right? So like if you move out of your parents' house, you can't fucking use their Netflix password anymore, right? You can say that's fair, that's why, whatever. Yes, okay, you can say it's fair, whatever. It results in a worse product. Fact, okay? On YouTube, guess what? Not allowed to use AdBlocker anymore. Aw, sorry. Worse experience for you. Hey, better for me, right? A YouTuber. No, not quite, okay? You could say that, but here's the big thing you need to understand. They also don't actually give a fuck about the laborers or the producers or the suppliers. They will fucking cut and chop up and fucking abuse their supply chain as well, okay? In the case of YouTube, their suppliers, there's multiple ways you can view YouTube, okay? But their real customers, okay? YouTube's real customers are the advertising agencies paying for ad spots, okay? It's not you. Although you are technically a customer on YouTube, you don't get treated with like the premium customer fucking prestige that those advertisers do. I'm a supplier, right? I don't have any fucking rights. I do my shit for free. It's literally, I'm just using their service. They get 50% of ad revenue. Who gives a fuck, right? In an effort to satisfy their real customers, the people who pay, the advertisers who allow, money go up, they have to acquiesce to what those customers deem okay. And so that results in what? YouTube telling the fucking suppliers, hey buddy, fall in line, make our customers happy, or fuck off. Okay? Monkey got nuked for that reason. Because, having a guy talking about a famed attendant of schools, the fuck's that going to do for profitability? Nothing. Zero. Only a risk. And they don't like risks.